Good morning, my lovelies. It is early, but I'm here to put the pork that we brined last night into the slow cooker. So we're going to go through that. I've got my coffee, my Shakespeare insult mug, you bolting hutch of beastliness. But we're going to get this in, and then we're going to just leave it all day. So there's a couple different ways you can treat the pork at this point. You could sear it on the stove in a Dutch oven. Just put some oil in a pan or a Dutch oven with high sides, because then you don't want it to splatter everywhere. And you can brown each side of it for 1 to 2 minutes each. If we're here at high elevation, it might take a little longer. I'm not going to do that, because if you sear it, it's going to be gorgeous and tender and wonderful, and you could slice it like a roast. I want it to actually fall apart and melt apart and be more like pulled pork. So I'm not going to bother searing it. I'm just going to put it right in there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one onion that I have sliced, and this is the second thing we're going to do. We're actually going to first spray this with coconut oil, just for an easier cleanup. And then we're going to put the onion in, and just make sure it's covering the whole bottom of the crock pot to provide a base that the pork is going to sit on. So let's put the pork in there. No, let's do that. Let's do that last, so I don't have to go wash my hands between our things. Okay, so we get a cup of bourbon for our bourbon brown sugar. And at the very end of this, we might add more bourbon, because when we finish the glaze, which we're going to do on the stove top once the meat is cooked. So let's just pour that in there. And I'm going to add the tiny ingredients. We're going to put about a tablespoon of, I'll use a real spoon, a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And I'm going to do a tablespoon of mustard. Just, not really a tablespoon, just like a, tablespoon. Get that out of the way. Let me go wipe my hands off. I'm back. Okay. Then we're going to, at this point, because that mustard needs to be dissolved a little bit, we're going to shake it up. Now we've got half a cup of brown sugar. By the way, when I was researching this, I was like online, and I was like, let me look at bourbon brown sugar glazes, because I knew that's what I wanted to do. And every single bourbon brown sugar glaze on the internet is rated at 5 stars. There's no like 4.9 or 4.8 or 3s. They're all 5 stars. So it's like, if you want to make something good, bourbon and brown sugar, surefire, perfect combination. All right. And I also want some acid. So we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Again, I'm going to shake it up. All right, here we go. Now, I'm not rinsing the brine off, but I'm not going to add the brine to the mixture. Just going to toss that in there. Oh my God, that's going to be beautiful. And I'm going to take our glaze and just pour it over the top. Now the sugar is still in there, so let me get the spoon. Okay, so you're gonna, and this, the sugar is just now gonna coat the top of this pork. Oh my God, this is gonna be so good. All right. And like in the script of Crumbs from the Table of Joy, we're gonna smell pork all day long. It's gonna be wonderful. So I'm gonna put this on low because I have a good 8 hours. If you don't have 8 hours, if you have 4 to 6 hours, you might, like if you had 6 hours, you might want to start it on high and finish it on low. If you only have 4 hours, put it on high. It's still going to turn out great. That's it. So I'm going to go get ready for the day, and then I'll come back and we're going to talk about dessert and side dishes and buttermilk biscuits